Alright, what's up guys? B-Train here. Motivation to work on your game is tough. I think it's a question every indie game developer need to ask themselves and come up with an answer. Everybody is different, so I just want to talk about my experience during my lows in game development. And trust me, there will be low days. There are days when you don't want to work on your game, you deal with entitled gamers, maybe a content creator choose to hate on your game, whatever. These things happen, and it's important to keep your mental health strong during those days. 1. I want to make the best game ever to my past self. In my life, I want to be able to create amazing games that my younger self would salivate over. I know that sounds weird, but it's the truth. As a kid, I've always been a big gamer. My goal in life is to make my favorite game of all time to that younger self. I think as adults, we tend to view games a little differently. I still play video games, but I have a more analytical approach to it, which can be fun. But as a kid, you can get sucked into the world and everything feels brand new. If you can get that type of immersion as an adult, you also have an absolute banger. I think about this to myself very often. In a way, I feel like it's giving a message to my past self through video games. In return, I hope to be able to share that experience with the people in the world today. 2. Make games full-time. This is definitely the most common one you will hear from game devs. We want to make games full-time and pay for our lifestyle. I'm no exception. If I can make games full-time, I can spend even more hours working on my games. But it's not always money related. In Robert Greene's book, Mastery, to truly become a master in something, you need to put in 10,000 hours into it. And these are not shallow hours where you are talking on Discord or scrolling on YouTube when you should be working on your game. We are talking deep, focused hours on your craft. 10,000 hours is a lot of time. It's years worth of work. And the best way to reach those hours is by going full time. So making games full time is not always money related. 3. Making games is funner than playing games. So I did not always felt this way in the beginning, but I do now. It's actually so bad I have to tell myself to stop game development to play games because it's very important. But there are many days where working on your game is way funner than playing games. I see making games kind of like an RPG. Your to-do list is basically a bunch of side quests you can do. I get a dopamine rush as I keep clearing the to-do list off and see the progress of the game coming to its completion. Find ways to make game development fun for you. Some days at night, I'm tired from my day job and I want to work on my game. I actually have to tell myself to stop because I know if I work on the game tired, I am more likely to give myself more work later. This is because I only want to work on my game with deep, focused work. So I play video games instead. In the back of my mind, I think making games is the funner option. When you find a workflow where you feel like that, motivation will never be an issue. 4. Visualize the future and work backwards. I'd say most game devs are dreamers, so it's time to use it to your advantage. You should imagine the future you want. Hopefully, it's nothing too crazy like buying a mansion in LA after one game release, but something like being able to work on your game full time and supporting your family. Take that future and work your way backwards. What do you need to accomplish in 5 years? 1 year, quarterly, monthly, weekly, then daily. Visualizing the future makes you excited for what's to come, so this exercise is helpful for me. As I go down the list, I remember what I have to do that day, then I do it. Whenever you are feeling demotivated, practice the exercise and you will realize your emotion can be changed and you can feel the passion for your project again. 5. Take care of your physical and mental health. Look, I'm a huge advocate of health. Motivation is actually related to your dopamine level. Motivation actually starts at a hormonal level. I'm not a health channel or anything, so I don't want to get super in depth with this, but learn to have a physical and mental routine. For me, I walk 10,000 to 15,000 steps every day. That's a lot of walking. I walk inside my house and track my steps in between work session on the game. I also chose to work a physical labor job because I get to work out and make money, so I don't have to do it so much in my free time. You can also make exercise fun. One of my favorite challenges is when I playtest my game and if I die or the game crash, I have to do 10 push-ups. Dude, I got buff from doing that. Like, it's just fun, so you can learn how to incorporate it and make game dev more engaging. Motion creates emotion. If you stay sedentary, then your mind will be sedentary too. I'm also an advocate of meditation or some sort of gratitude. The brain is also a muscle. You can train it. As game devs, our brain is the most important muscle we have, so learn how to take care of it. I meditate twice a day, about 10 minutes per session. The most common way is people focus on their breath. I'm personally not a fan of this method. I like staring at a wall or like a chair from a distance. I tend to focus better staring at something, but whatever works for you to stay focused, it will improve your mental health. Also, the longer you can focus on something, the better your focus will be on game dev, so it's a win-win. Alright, that's it for me guys. I hope some of these insights are helpful for you guys. Motivation can be tricky, but just keep working at it and it will follow. You will become a much stronger and resilient person on the other side. Good luck out there. Hey, if you guys want to support the channel, make sure to wishlist Grey Heritage Noble Duty. It's part of the Grey Heritage series that I've made in SRPG Studio. If you guys want to play a released game, I also have Grey Heritage Faded Vision. Make sure to check those out. Links is in the description.